There's a sense of freedom or a sense of trust that this King of Wands energy is now feeling. And this could be you, but this also could be the person you're connected with. Ace of Swords, it's giving like aha moment or like a clarity of mind, or like complete rounded understanding of something. And we also have the Five of Swords in reverse with the Five of Cups in reverse. And I'm seeing this as them recognizing that they have the freedom here to kind of move this situation how they're wanting it to, or move in the situation however they're wanting it to, like to just exist in it, right? And it looks like the reason that is so significant is because it shows a few things. It's like when there's disappointment or when there's feelings of like regret or remorse or like feeling like we lost an opportunity for something, it doesn't mean that that's the end, or it doesn't mean that they're specifically constrained to having to move in a specific way of like strategically in order to fulfill someone's expectations as a result of like them potentially feeling disappointment. So for example, it's like if this person acts a certain way and it makes somebody else feel upset, they're not responsible for having to mend the situation just because they feel like there's an expectation on them to do that. And so it's kind of showing up like this situation, or like this situation's kind of moving in a way that is much more grounded or much more realistic. And it's like there's this opportunity in that. This could have been somebody who in the past was kind of quick to like use whatever they had here to manufacture their way out of situations that they felt like they didn't want to be in. And I feel like that could have looked in the past like this person sort of disappearing from situations where like they would have to deal with like the consequences of their own actions, or potentially just like leave something up in the air. It's like them understanding that if a situation, if they're not taking action to come in or to mend it, it's just something where you see it as like, okay, then it's on pause like indefinitely, because you're making the choice, or you have the freedom to like make that decision. And so if you're resisting doing that, then like no one's gonna force you to do that. And so because of that, it's like something clicks for this person about how like, well, maybe they don't want to move in that way. Maybe they do want to come in and do something or change this or mend this, because they're recognizing that they're not being forced or expected to do that. And so you feeling how you feel, it's like, hold on. It's like the idea of disappointment not being a constraint in the situation anymore. And I think this person is somebody who they could have had like people-pleasing tendencies. This person may not have really understood that, the idea that they may have been a people pleaser in the past, because there was something about like helping people to, or helping mend situations, or helping people to get through their feelings, or to not have to feel bad feelings, is something that they maybe took pride in and felt good about. But I feel like they're like relieving themselves of the duty of feeling like they need to come in and do something or fix something, or that the idea that like someone else's feelings are not always a consequence of their own actions. And so they don't always have to avoid situations that people are going to feel feelings in. Because it's like, you have the freedom to feel how you feel, I have the freedom to feel how I feel, and we both move through our own emotions and our own feelings in our own ways. Like sometimes somebody's just having a shitty day, or sometimes, yeah, if you, like this person might say something that is just how they're feeling on a given day, and like that might not be what we're wanting to hear, it might not be what we're expecting to hear, but that doesn't mean that this person's in the wrong, or that they need to fix that just because we're having a reaction to it. And so there's this freedom of like, well, you're no longer mentally feeling like you're tied to this relationship or acting a certain way in it, to avoid having to preemptively free yourself from a situation where you feel like you would have to be responsible for showing up in a certain way and doing certain things that continuously like make things better. It's kind of hard for me to describe this, but it makes sense to me. It's like somebody who's always looking out for how somebody else is going to react to something. And that constrains, or it limits, or it can restrict us just showing up as we are. I feel like this person is recognizing that they don't have to like look for that. They can just show up. And if you have a response, it's just because you're entitled to like having your own feelings about certain things, the same way that they are too. And so one, they don't have to stop themselves or like tell themselves that feeling a certain way or feeling upset about something is like not allowed. But two, they don't have to force it away so that they can show up in a certain way to meet your needs or fulfill what they think is your expectation for them showing up. Because I don't think you have those expectations. And so because of that, it's very much like this Ace of Coins, I'm seeing it as like grounded in the moment or present in the moment. And like, it's like flowing. We're just flowing in this situation. I feel like there's a better way to say this than how I've been saying it. Because of this, it's like you're going to see a guard coming down, or they get the pleasure of seeing your guard come down because you're now seeing them as them. And so that's probably going to make you feel safe to show up fully to the situation, because you might have been someone who was kind of always feeling like you were waiting for permission to actually show up to the situation when you saw that this person was letting themselves do that. But I don't think you understood why this person wasn't letting themselves do that. And I think it's sort of like they felt conditioned in a certain way by previous expectations or expectations that they put on themselves. Like they felt like they had to do certain things to be able to achieve certain things in relationships. And I don't think that you operate that way. And so it's like this person recognizing like every time that they feel like they're coming up on one of those moments where they're going to have to act on one of these things that they were kind of previously conditioned to, it's like you didn't put them in that type of position, or none of their fears were affirmed that they would have to show up in this way or they would have to conquer it. It's like, so then they realized like this, what is this doing for me? That's like, I don't have any evidence in this situation that I'm going to have to move like this. And I haven't had to. So I feel free to release myself from that mindset. And so they can show up. I'm going to do part 2.